Jacqueline Otis stalked a man from Paradise Valley over the course of a couple years, sending him thousands of text messages. Not 5,000, not 8,000, not 10,000. That's right, 159,000 text messages over the course of, well, it wasn't a relationship. They went on one date. This case is incredibly fascinating to me. On one hand, because her attorneys didn't tell her not to take the press conference. Two, the people in the press are interviewing this woman that is incredibly manic. And three, this is one of the most extreme cases of delusion, obsessive love, and denial I've ever seen. But first, advertising BOZE. I've been moving all this week and I'm not cooking. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. You will not. For busy weeks, the last thing I want is to figure out what we're eating for dinner, cook it, and then clean it up. Factor is my savior. With Factor, there's no prep and no mess. Factor cuts out stressful meal planning and extensive prepping, so meals come together in minutes, taking the guesswork out of what to make for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Factor meals arrive pre-prepared and ready to eat in just 2 minutes, even faster than ordering takeout. Factor supports wholesome eating made simple. Meal plans offer variety with a rotating weekly menu of 25 plus meal options and Factor add-ons, so you'll never get bored. Choose your favorite meals or let Factor craft your meals for the week. Factor has so many nutritious options for keeping my fridge well stocked, like smoothies, juices, everything I need for easy snacking. It just makes life so much easier.
And don't sleep on the smoothies. Add these on. They got tropical fruit, strawberry, banana. My favorite thing about them, there's only 9 grams of sugar. Where are you gonna find a smoothie with 9 grams of sugar?
Listen, don't mind the mess in here, but I need you to go to go.factor75.com/BOZE120 and enter my code, BOZE120. And you can get $120 off your order. $120! $120! Once again, that's go.factor75.com/BOZE120. Enter the code BOZE120. So the press, they show up because they're like, this woman's like attractive and normal looking. How could she possibly send this guy 150,000 text messages? Her attorney's not there to protect her and they just start rolling, bro.
Gonna be on Fox News.
Oh my God, no.
Hi guys. Hi. I'm Jackie.
I can't. The level of manic state this lady is at right now, you can hear it in the way she's speaking. I'm gonna be on Fox News. Like, this is like extreme.
How did you wind up here? I wound up here on a road trip from Florida, looking for, I guess, love. And I was following the number 33. I used to wake up every day and every night at 3:33. It was always 3:33. 3:33. So I kept following the number, and I said, why am I following the number 33? And I spoke to a psychic, and she told me.
Okay, I just want to say this. A lot of you guys in your life will go through a manic or a depressive just period where life just seems out of control. Listen to me. In these periods of time, the last thing I need you to do is go to a psychic. Like, the worst thing that you can do for yourself in a period of mania is go to a psychic. She was like, I'm following the number 33, and so I decided, why am I doing this? I need to go to a psychic to find out. Do not do that, okay?
She told me I have the same birth chart as Jesus. So, okay. I look up Jesus. He was 33 when he came to be. So I was like, that's a 33. My left eye axis is 33. The location I came from in Miami was 33111, the zip code. This zip code here, now the coordinates on the map, it's 33111.
Jacqueline, how did you come to meet the man who is related to your case?
Oh, Isaac Ben Shabbat.
So I want you guys to really take note of how she answers these questions when they're questions she likes, and what happens when they ask her questions that she doesn't like. So that's a question she likes.
I met him online. I was looking for my healing angel. The psychic I met told me I would meet a healing angel. I was in Utah, Mount Zion, looking for my healing angel. I was at a bar, and I was talking to the bartender about the number 3, and I said, so the number 3, I told him the story, how I got here, just because I got here, the number 3. And then he said, not to say anything, but look behind me.
What?
And I looked behind him, and there's the giant number 3. So I was like, are you my healing angel?
No.
And then I said, okay, well, maybe you're going to lead me to my healing angel. So he said,
Okay, a delusion, in my opinion, delusions can form from a whole bunch of different ways, but one way that I personally think that a delusion forms is when you feel so out of control in your life, so you create this delusion as a form of safety. And this delusion makes you feel better. It gives you purpose. In this case, her delusion and purpose is, I'm looking for my lover. He's connected to the number 33. And her purpose is, I'm going to find him. I'm out in Mount Zion. This is a spiritual holy place. I'm going to find him. Take a minute, and I need you to try to find the number 3 in the next 60 seconds. Most likely you will. So this is a delusion that's going to lead her in 1,000 different directions, but it's going to make her feel okay. And now you guys probably know what happens when you come in and you try to break somebody out of that delusion. You can't. Their response is, you're trying to hurt me. You're trying to attack me. And so we can't really pull people out of these things.
you should probably go to Sedona. It's in Arizona. I said, I never heard of it. And I look up Sedona, Arizona. It's the 33rd most spiritual place. So I cancel my trip. I cancel my trip.
The 33rd most spiritual place? Where is that even on a fucking list? Like, what is it? Top 34 most spiritual places in America? That sounds like I'm gonna get robbed by a bunch of tarot card readers.
In Mount Zion, and I decide to go to Arizona. I've never been here. Isaac texted me and he says, have you ever been to Arizona? And I was like, this is really weird. I just decided to come here.
And when somebody's really deep into a delusion like this, when they see a sign, they get so excited. This sign reinforces this thing that they want to happen. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I've got to follow the sign.
And I said, I'm not going to meet him unless God throws it in my face. So we start talking, and I was like,
And that's another problem too. When someone says, I'm not going to do this unless I see a sign. What does that really mean? That means that you really want this thing and you're just waiting for the universe to give you something. And it's so funny because no one ever picks the sign that they're looking for. You're like, oh shit, that book dropped. It's time to do it. Oh, the door closed. Oh no, I changed the channel. There's my sign.
Then he told me he has my same birthday. So I was like, okay, I have to go meet him because I told God that's what I would do. So I go meet him, and we have the same birthday. Our brothers are both named Jacob and David. Our fathers are both Egyptian Jews. Then I find out he does stuff for the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea has 33% salt in it. Walt Disney's club is called Club 30.
If you're looking for it, you will find it, whether you're in a state of delusion or whether you're goal setting. If you are looking for it, you will find that. Use that to your benefit or use it to your detriment.
Jackie, can I get you to respond to some of the charges against you?
Oh,
Here we go.
Did you break into his home?
I'd rather not talk about those things.
And why doesn't she want to talk about it? It breaks her out of the delusion. You can see her smiling. You can see her happy while she's talking about everything that makes them connected and all this. And she's safe in the delusion. It feels good here. In this world, she is loved. It's reciprocated. It's good. And then somebody comes in, they're like, Jackie, why have you been arrested today? Well, that doesn't exist in her world. So she can't answer that. She can't answer that without facing what she's done. And so here's where we're seeing extreme denial. If someone decides, I am good, I did not do that, then they are able to deny everything that knocks them off of that path. So you're going to really start to see her extreme denial here to keep the delusion safe.
What about the text messages?
I'd rather not talk about this.
You said you met him online.
Yeah.
What site did you meet him on?
Luxie.
See, we can answer these questions. We can answer
these. The
these.
one ever where the rich men meet the pretty girls.
I know you don't want to talk about the texts, but in some of them you said some pretty crazy things.
Woo! She did say some pretty crazy things. Here, Jackie is sitting here telling you how in love she is with this man, right? Here are some of the text messages that Jackie sent. I'd wear your fascia in the top of your skull in your hands and feet, and you'd be watching me in a taxidermy suit. And it say, LOL, I'd make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hand bones. You do whatever you have to do to get here, but don't ever try to leave me. I'll kill you. And I don't want to be a murderer. This text is so fucking scary because it's like, I love you so much that I will kill you, but don't make me do that. I hope you die, you rotten, filthy, racial slur. LOL, I'm like, dude, I can't even say this. I can't even say this. Oh, what I would do with your blood. I want to bathe in it.
Why did you text him 65,000 times?
Because it made me find out all my information.
Loving
him
what?
selflessly brought this information because everybody just wants to take. But if you just give and you don't stop giving, even if you don't receive, you all of a sudden receive a lot.
Now, this to me sounds like unresolved childhood trauma from a parent that never made you feel like your love was enough, where your boundaries were constantly violated and you as the child have to give. Thought that this was also interesting because in one of the instances where she showed up at his house prior with the butcher knife, Jacqueline cited that she had just gotten into an argument with her mother. And to me, this kind of sounds like a lot of unresolved trauma of this is how I love.
Did he tell you to stop contacting him?
I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, another question that she doesn't like. Breaking the delusion.
Did you listen to that?
I don't want to talk about that.
You said, did you go on one date with him?
3.
3 dates. Can you talk about how you felt when you were with him? Did you feel
He
like
said
spark
one date.
immediately? Talk about how you felt.
I felt like I met my soulmate and everything was just the way it was. And I thought we would just do what everybody else did and we would just like get married and everything would be fine. But that's not what happened.
65,000 texts.
You know, you guys, when you're watching my videos, this is all just kind of like, like this is what I think or something. Don't take it at face value. You know, we just kind of watch stuff here. But from the way that she's talking about how she loves to then her talking about how she met this guy twice and she said, oh my God, this is my soulmate. To me, this also comes off as idealization, which is something that children learn when they're very young, when they have a parent that's really shitty. And so they choose to believe that the parent is amazing. And it's so that it doesn't hurt them when they're bad to you, right? They ignore all of the bad and they just idolize, right? And then they switch to devaluing and then they switch back to idealizing. Then they switch. She's almost like a child falling in love with the idea of what she thinks this man is and ignoring that she was harassing him.
It's like
That's
next
it?
level stuff.
No, to me it seemed like more.
Seemed like more than 65,000?
To me, yeah, that's not.
Isn't that kind of excessive?
Love is an excessive thing.
No.
Can you understand why people think this is a little bit out there?
Oh yeah.
Are you a crazy person?
No.
Tell us, who are you? Like, what do you want?
I'm the person that discovered love.
Oh no! God damn it. I was gonna say the press is baiting her for like a really crazy answer, which is kind of fucked up because that press reporter knows that she's not in her right state and they're just trying to fish for a really great headline or something.
Einstein discovered the equation to light. It's E equals mc squared. To finish that equation, everything we see is made out of light. Everything. And the composition of the light that it's made out of.
Jackie, some of those messages don't sound like love, they sound like threats.
When you're finding love, not everything is perfect. This was a journey. And I want to apologize.
Oh my God.
So the rest of the equation is L equals 3.3.
Oh.
L equals 3.3 times E equals mc squared. And that's the equation of eternal.
This and I keep taking it back to the Amber Heard stuff because I know you guys are so familiar in this. You guys know when we were watching that trial, it seemed like Amber had created this castle of delusion, this, you know, bubble that she was living in. And a lot of us were watching this and we were like, okay, well, I don't know what world she's in, but that's not the world that I am. Jacqueline has created that same bubble of safety. In her world, the number 33 means the most. The Dead Sea salts are important. She is the inventor of love, and she was once Jesus in a past life. That is her world that she's created that makes her feel safe and in control because she's in control of all the thoughts.
He love you?
It means one boy thing plus one girl thing. The boy is the light. The light makes the love work really hard. The love, we're as women supposed to worship.
So this case has an interesting ending, by the way, that I want to talk to you guys about.
We're supposed to go.
What's your message of love?
Everybody has to love each other.
What do you want the victim, if the victim's watching, what do you want him to know right now?
Victim, he's not a victim.
Okay, the person
That I love.
yeah.
What I want him to know, that I love him.
Are you going to leave him alone?
If he wants me to.
Has he asked you to leave him alone?
That doesn't fit in
I
her
don't want to
world.
talk about those things.
Yep, doesn't fit into her world.
Why did you go to his business on Friday and tell everybody there that you were his wife?
I don't want to talk about them.
Can we ask why you don't want to talk about some of these?
You have negative energy.
This all started around January 2017 when she first showed up at his house, called the police, asked her to leave. Afterwards, in I believe it was December of 2017, she showed up again at his house. He saw her on the surveillance footage, called the police, and they couldn't find her. Then he was out of town again in April of 2018, and this time he sees her on the security footage and he tells the police to go to the house, go get this lady. They walk in, she's naked in his bathtub, taking a bath. They arrest her, find a butcher knife in the front seat of the car. She doesn't even know why she brought that butcher knife. In her world, that didn't even happen. And yeah, another incident, she showed up at his job and started telling people that she was his wife.
What are you feeling right now when you hear those questions?
They're being negative to me, and I feel like everybody should just be nice.
Well, we are trying to understand where you're coming from. It's not negative, you know, so that's why we want to try to understand.
On the dollar bill, it says, she prefers your undertaking, a new world order in Latin on the $1 bill. And the pyramid represents slavery, and the third eye is the imagination. So everybody is a Jew, essentially. That's what the imagination is. And the pyramid is how we were enslaved.
Okay, one of the text messages she sent also was saying that, like, she was trying to say that Hitler was a genius, and she was, like, threatening him and saying, like, that's me. Like this man, he felt like his life was in danger, and it very well might have been.
Where their body parts, and you don't want to be a murderer. I mean, that's pretty scary stuff.
I don't want to talk about that.
It's pretty scary stuff. Would you admit that was scary stuff?
I don't want to talk about that.
So love makes you do crazy things now.
What? How does this camera work? She got the Yeezy slides on. Sorry.
Do you think that some of these messages in your textbook or in your text is negative energy?
Bro,
Oh yeah, it's part of downloads of information.
I mean, some of the things you said don't sound like negative energy. Are you responsible?
dude, I'm not gonna lie, the pose that she takes when her head is back like that is real intimidating. Like this one right here, it's like she ain't done shit wrong. Like what do y'all want? The press conference is live. That's the most gangster fucking pose I've ever seen.
I only want to be nice. I only want to talk about nice things. If I said something bad, I apologize, and I only want to be nice. I want everybody else to be nice. I want all of you to be nice. I want to be nice. Everybody in the jail should be nice. No, nothing bad.
And what does she mean by be nice? I want everyone to honor and respect my delusion, my safety, respect my peace, respect my safety. This is where I feel the most safe, and you have to buy into this. And I think that's what she means by be nice. I was about to say, is anyone being mean to her? Well, actually, yeah, where the fuck is her attorney? Like, truly, genuinely, where is he at, bro?
No, if Isaac wants me to go to jail, I should be in jail.
That's hard.
I appreciate it.
Why would you accept that then?
Because I love him and he should know better. He's the light, I'm the love. He knows what to do. I follow the rules.
If you were released today, would you leave him alone?
Yeah. If he asked me to, yeah.
But he has asked you to.
Okay.
Where's your journey going to take you now then?
I could go back home and spread the message there.
Okay.
Worried about something like this happening again?
No, I'm not worried.
I do not think that this is the first time Jacqueline has done this.
Was Isaac next to you? How did you
No,
feel?
he's the meanest person I've ever met.
Why
Ooh.
do you like him if he's that
We're
way?
soulmates. There's one boy and one girl. It's one boy thing, one girl thing. And it equals 3.3. Instead of having the number 0, we're only supposed to count to 3.3. 1, 2, 3.3. 3.3 is infinity. So if we counted from one boy thing to one girl thing, it would equal forever.
Why do you say Isaac was mean?
Oh, because he was.
How?
Yeah, I
I'm
want
not
him.
going to tell everybody about that. I'm not him. I'm the love.
So
What?
do you believe that the number?
Oh, wow. Oh my God. She says it right there. Like, she basically is saying, like, well, I'm not going to tell you anything bad because that's not my identity. I'm the love. I'm good. I'm the light. I'm the light. So I'm going to keep being the light. And the light wouldn't say anything bad about the person that she loves. So I'm not going to say it. That's how she legitimately thinks. In order to preserve her own image to herself of being in love with him and being a good woman and all of this, I'm not going to talk bad about him just because of that. He was mean.
To Isaac?
Yes,
How so?
I just told you.
Why did you go into his house and take a shower?
I don't like your energy. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm sorry. But if somebody started talking to me about the number 333 and they told me that they were both Jesus and Hitler in a past life and they were in Mount Zion to get something and I like said something to them and their response was, I don't like your energy. I would be concerned. What energy do you like? What energy do you want? I don't know.
You guys think that's weird, so why would I want to talk about things that you guys
No,
think
we're
are
just
weird?
trying to understand where you're, where you're coming from.
She's like, good vibes
I
only.
follow him. Wherever he goes, I follow him.
Describe that feeling. Did you expect something with him? How did you feel?
Like, I found everything.
Oh,
And I feel like I did. It was just a journey.
No.
And you guys are.
Where was your first date? How did you, where'd you go? What'd you do?
We went to Shabbat at his parents' house, and that's what my parents do. My parents do Shabbat too.
Here in Arizona?
Yeah.
okay. Look, you are not going to find everything perfect in someone on the first date or the second date, okay? If you go on the first and second date with somebody and afterwards, everything's perfect, I'm going to marry this guy, this is really wonderful. They are either trying to trick you and manipulate you by acting like they're the best person ever, or you are idealizing. I'm sorry. Look, I know that there's going to be some people that really like feel for her and like, they're, seeing like, oh, she's in like an extreme manic phase and stuff like this. I mean, how do we know that Jodi Arias wasn't similar to this prior to that? A lot of people said that she had incredibly strange behaviors. And similarly, within a couple months or less than a year of knowing Travis Alexander, she also moved to the city that he was in and stayed there for a couple months. We just don't know how this stuff is going to turn out.
I was traveling around, and I told him, I was in California, I wanted to stay in California. It was while we were still kind of talking, before, because I scared him. So while we were still talking, I told him if he ever blocked me on WhatsApp that I would come and move here.
Oh.
So he blocked me, so I came here.
She like set herself up for a sign. Look, she knew she was blockable. I mean, she's sitting over here on the 30,000th text or something, and then she's like, if you block me, I'm gonna move there. She already wanted to move there. She wanted to create some kind of action where he would participate in her eyes. When he blocked her, she basically saw that as him saying, come here.
I told him I would come here if he blocked me. So he was testing me.
No.
Not really, no. I was in California. I was just texting him.
Minimization? He was listening?
So your first date was in California?
No, here at his parents' house at Shabbat.
Okay, and when was that first date?
January 19th.
Of last year?
Yeah.
And then when was your second date?
The next 3 days.
Okay, and that was also here?
Yeah.
And that was last year as well?
Yeah.
And then the third date?
I said 3 days at his house.
What were those 3 days like for you?
He was being weird to me, and I let it be because I knew
Because she's the
I
low.
should just let it be. He put a GPS on my car, I think. He put something on my phone so I couldn't use it
Why do you think he would do that to you?
because he felt the same about me.
If he put a GPS tracker on her car, it was not because he loved her and wanted to know where she was at. It's because he wanted to know where she was at, but not because he loved her. And like, she's unreachable. She's unreachable. Like, she legitimately doesn't know. And you know what? I call this out sometimes because I think it's really fucked up. You know why this is such an interesting case? It's because she's pretty, okay? And like, there's other like photos of her too where she's like a little more done up and not in the orange jumpsuit. It's confusing to us when we see a pretty normal person that is doing unnormal things. Like, if Jacqueline wasn't like a fairly attractive white woman, like, we would be like, oh, well, nobody's surprised here. But here we're like, oh my God, pretty woman that could just go out and date somebody, Okay, I knew somebody was going to be up here and talking about some she's not that pretty. Okay, all right, okay, guy, okay. Okay, everybody. This was her dating app profile photo, okay? Like, somebody would have been like, oh, okay, she's a little baddie, a little something, right? I've never seen so many people say mid in a row. Hey, John.
If I calmed him down over time, he would realize he doesn't have to stalk me.
The projection.
Do you want answers from him? What are you hoping for?
I want him to do anything he feels like he should do.
She just wants him to do something.
You're not angry with him?
No! Oh my God, no, I love him so much.
Oh.
I just want to love him so much, that's it. And if he doesn't like it, then I'll go home and I'll love my ex-boyfriend. What am I supposed to do?
Should he be afraid of you?
No.
Did he ever warn you that he was going to call the police if you didn't stop texting?
No.
The like this is so difficult because when you block these people, sometimes they see it as an invitation. When you get a restraining order against them, they see it as a challenge. They want so badly to be a positive part of your life, but when you won't accept them as a positive part of your life, then they will take the negative role. I had somebody years ago that was stalking me, and it was their fantasy to be in a courtroom with me where I was basically on the stand crying and they were going to like plead insanity and like get away with it all. Like, that is truly like how some stalkers are. If they can't be positive, they will be negative. I want to give you guys one quick little piece of advice because stalking on the internet has really, really ramped up. If you're dealing with a stalker, please do not say my stalker. Don't say my stalker did this. You have to call them the stalker, the person. You need to use descriptors that don't connect them to you and descriptors that don't give them purpose that they want to live up to.
How do you feel about the fact that he got you arrested?
I think it's a good idea. I think it was a good idea. If he thought it was a good idea, that means it's a good idea.
Do you think you're in danger?
No.
What do you think, Chad?
I think he wanted to make sure I wasn't or something like that. I don't know.
But I mean, you carried a knife with you.
When?
A police report states that you had a butcher knife.
What? I never had a butcher knife. I had like little flippy knives on my way on my road trip. People try to hurt me. I'm a single girl. I drove across America. I don't carry a butcher knife.
I want to be clear from the police report, she did have a butcher knife in the front seat. But I think that Jacqueline thinks that didn't happen because she thinks she wouldn't do that.
He's the one that texted you on the fake number.
Just like I know he's the one that set you guys up here.
Oh!
What did he say in that text message?
He said, Nolly, this is Carol. Are you coming to finish your prayer?
Oh.
And I was like, please don't tell me that this is you.
Wait, what if this is just
Sending
a
me fake
wrong
text
number
messages.
on WhatsApp?
Because you want me to come over so you could call the police on me again. But I did it. I went there.
Oh my God!
He said he was looking for a doctor and a prayer, and I said nobody else would say that to me but him.
So after this press release, they were like, Jacqueline is not okay. She is not okay to stand trial. They put her through a program to basically try to restore her to mental capacity, because if they deem you like, insane or something like that, they're not going to be like, well, just drop the case. They're going to put in work to try to restore you. She was deemed incompetent and non-restorable. They afterwards sent her to a behavioral health center for about a week or two, and they released her, and basically they got to keep tabs on her. She's got to keep in touch with her mom every week, which is probably a nightmare because who knows, maybe her mom is the one that did it to her. Oh yeah, she's out and about. She is out there.